So in this video, I'm going to be reading my blog post summarizing the second chapter of Victor Reppert's C.S. Lewis's Dangerous Idea. The purpose of the second chapter, Assessing Apologetic Arguments, is to defend the claim that C.S. Lewis believed that at least many teachings of faith can be defended by reason, even if such arguments are not necessary nor even sufficient to prove to all reasonable persons the truth of these beliefs. Reppert calls this view critical rationalism. He places this belief, position between fideism and strong rationalism, both of which he says Lewis and his arguments from reason do not fall under. He defines fideism succinctly as the view that religious beliefs are not open to rational evaluation. Reppert rightly rejects this position. Given that this is what fideism is, it is clear from the prior chapter that Lewis was not a fideist. Reppert defines strong rationalism as a view that in order for a religious belief system to be properly and rationally accepted, it must be possible to prove the belief system is true. By prove here, Reppert means that it should be convincing to any reasonable person. Given this, it would seem that all who reject such proofs would be ipso facto irrational. Reppert uses Bertrand Russell as the atheist analog of a strong rationalist, given Russell's perplexities to why anyone would believe in God except out of irrational fears, page 31. And Josh McDowell is as the Christian strong rationalist, since McDowell believes that those who do not believe in the resurrection either have not come across the evidence or are acting irrationally, page 33. Reppert says that critical rationalism holds that religious belief systems can and must be rationally criticized and evaluated, although conclusive proof of such a system is impossible, page 36. Proof in the strong rational sense is not possible, though arguments that provide good reason to believe in God are available, which can persuade someone given their perspective they come at them from, page 37. Lewis is clearly no fideist, but given his bombastic claims, for example, that atheism is too simple, or a boy's philosophy, perhaps he falls in the strong rationalist camp. Reppert writes, critics like John Belverus have maintained that Lewis consistently implied that his conclusions were the complete and final word on the subject in question, pages 37 and 38. If these critics are correct, it would lend plausibility to the notion that he is a strong rationalist. However, Reppert notes several facts that militate against such an interpretation of Lewis. Lewis's fictions have noble non-believers who do not seem guilty of any rationality. Lewis explicitly says there is evidence both for and against the Christian propositions, which fully rational minds working honestly can assess differently, pages 38 and 39. Even when Lewis attributes farcical conclusions to his opponent's belief system, he is not saying they actually believe these. Rather, he is arguing that this is where their positions lead to, page 40. If one wants to say that to be rational, one must be completely consistent, fine, but I don't think this need to be so. Hence, I think Reppert shows that Lewis is not a strong rationalist either. Reppert believes that Belverus's criticism of Lewis and its refutation leads to something important about Lewis. He writes, I think there is a persistent inner tension between two voices in Lewis's writings, the voice of the confident Christian apologist and the Christian agnostic. The confident apologist makes strong, bold claims on behalf of Christianity. The Christian agnostic raises tough questions and refuses to let the solutions be too easy, page 42. I prefer the term Christian skeptic to his Christian agnostic, but as long as one sees what it's getting at, it's fine. Reppert concludes, satisfied that he has defended his position that Lewis is a critical rationalist, but if he were not himself a critical rationalist, his argument can surely be adapted to the framework of critical rationalism.